What's up, you guys? It's Ashlinsky, and here we are! This is it! We're gonna meet my dream dad today. I'm not gonna lie, I have not thought about who I'm going to choose. But this is gonna probably be one of the last episodes of this. Like I said before, I don't plan on doing every route, because I've heard there are good and bad endings with each one, I believe. And it would just be such a long series, and I just want to get to the point, because the whole point of this game was to find my one true dream daddy. So that's what we're gonna do. It's definitely not Joseph, I can tell you that right now. Joseph is not my dream dad. Hugo, as much as I like that he's a teacher and he reads, he's also not my dream dad. I cannot woo him. I'm not gonna go with Matt, just because I don't want to die in another mosh pit. My instinct says go with Craig, but everybody's dream dad seems to be Craig from what I've seen, so I think I'm honestly gonna go with Damien. I'm honestly gonna go with Damien. Like, yes, Craig is actually probably my dream dad, but for the sake of everything, I'm gonna go with Damien. I quite like Damien's character. And I like Brian and Robert as well, but Damien was really interesting to me. Okay, here we go. Damien. And you know what? I could technically go on a date with someone else still, too, because I think you lock in after your second date. So, or your third date. I don't know. So, maybe I'll do a little after I go out on my second date with Damien. Maybe I'll go on a second date with Craig. And then I'll decide between the two of them. I would also like to go on a second date with Robert, though, so this is going to be a problem. I had a lot of fun hanging out with Damien the other day. I wonder what he's up to. I open up Dad Book and start writing him a message when Amanda walks in the door. Dad, you got a letter. Oh, is it from Grandma? No, it's from Damien. Whoa, can I see it? Amanda hands me a piece of old parchment, folded into an envelope, and sealed with purple wax. Damn, dude goes all out. I pry off the seal and unfold the letter. In the most beautiful calligraphy, the letter reads, Dearest Ash, I hope you'll find my continued correspondence endearing rather than trying. One can only hope that my use of the slower, more traditional form of communication will showcase my sincere and earnest sentiment that greatly enjoyed our time together. I write this hastily under the warm embrace of excitement, fearful that I may misstep and speak towards something unwelcome. For now, I hope that you might forgive my boldness, and will simply say that your company has been greatly occupied my thoughts. While the afternoon may have been derailed by forces unseen, your companionship helped a great deal, not only in the discipline of my child, but in the morale of my spirit. And for that I thank you. That said, Ash, if you'd allow me, it would mean the world to me if I could enjoy more of your time. Perhaps a trip to the cinema, followed by a moonlit stroll, would be best to your tastes. I eagerly await your response. With great respect, D. Bloodmark. Man and I both look up from the letter. Wow. He's good. So you gonna catch a movie with him? Yeah, I better message him on Dad Book and let him know. Amanda slaps my laptop shut. Whoa. You have to write him back a real letter. But my handwriting looks like two toddlers fighting over a crayon. Alright. Dad, you have to. He wrote you a letter. That's so cool. Will you help me? I need to class this up. Father, I was made for this. Here's what you do. Find tickets to a show that you two will like, then enclose them in the letter. Oh, that's classy. Man and I hop onto my laptop and peruse showtimes. Doesn't seem like a romantic comedy kind of guy. Oh, here's one. Vampire Crusade 2. Yeah. Evil never dies. I don't know, that sounds kind of stupid. Actually, it's a critically acclaimed exploration into the ennui of existence. It really turns the vampire trope on its head. Really? Yeah, there's just lots of blood and vampire titties. Well, let's roll the dice! I purchase the tickets and print them out, then sit down at the table with Amanda and try to draft a nice letter. I start writing. Damien. I do hope that this letter finds you in good health. Hey, good morrow to you on this fine eve. I'm gonna go with this one. Good health. Good one. What's next? I must confess my amateur control of the written word. Geez, Dad, have some faith in yourself. Okay, we're trucking along. Let him know you're feeling. You find me in good spirits, for I felt very much the same after our last encounter. I did very much enjoy the adventure we found ourselves on the last we met. That Ernest shit was pretty messed up. I enjoyed it. Not bad. Good action-y sentence. Ask him to hang out already. True art takes time, Amanda. While a strange turn of events, found myself enamored by the situation at hand. That one! I saw it on TV. I am not an actually intelligent person. Dude, same. Bring it home, Pops! It would bring me great pleasure to escort you to the cinema. Smooth. Calling it the cinema is a classy move. Enclosed, you'll find 2 tickets to Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies, which I'm sure you'll find both titillating and enjoyable. Best wishes, hard daps, namaste, will carry on. Best wishes. And then I signed my name, my full name, fancier that way. Ash Linsky. Oh. Is this okay? Amanda reads over my sloppy handwriting. It does look like they were fighting. Oh. I do hope this letter finds you in good health. I must. Yeah, this will work. You spelled his name wrong. What? Nah, just trying to keep you on your toes. Now all I have to do is seal it and put it in his mailbox. Can I seal it with tape? It's not authentic enough. I have an idea. I'll be right back. Amanda leaves the room and returns with a candle, a lighter, and a small piece of wood. You gotta have a wax seal. She lights the candle, which starts to burn down and form a pool of melted wax. What's the other thing? Oh. Amanda pours some of the wax onto the folded letter and expertly presses a small piece of wood onto it. She lets it dry for a second and pulls the wood away, revealing... Here it is, your sigil. A little kitten with a bow on its head. Awesome. Scrapbooking stuff always comes in clutch. Well, I guess all there is to do is deliver it to his doorstep now, huh? Oh, I thought we were getting a carrier pigeon to do it. I already called my guy. I have a pigeon guy. Marcus has the good pigeons. Don't get your pigeons from Anthony. They're no good. I don't want to know if any of this is true. I head outside and walk over to Damien's house. I slip the letter into the slot in his door and go back home. Mission accomplished? Now we play the waiting game. The night finally rolls around where I'm supposed to meet with Damien. The next day, he had left another beautifully crafted letter thanking me for mine and agreeing to the evening. Amanda helps me pick out a nice outfit, and I show up to the theater a little bit early. It's chilly night. Woo! Excuse me. It's a chilly night, and the theater is kind of crowded, but it's still nice. How do you do? I jump at the sound of his voice and turn around to see Damien right behind me. You almost gave me a heart attack! How long were you there for? I don't know, I just walked up. My apologies for frightening you. Was that thunder? Is it gonna rain soon? I didn't hear anything. What?
Huh. What?
Regardless, the hour grows close. Shall we take our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets. Please allow me to repay the deed in Sour Patch Kids, or perhaps Milk Duds. Let's do it. We get in line to buy snacks. As we're waiting, I hear a familiar voice behind us. Ugh, my dad's here. I turn around to find Lucian standing a few feet behind us with a gaggle of other goth kids.
Oh.
Lucian, how nice to see you. I didn't know you were coming to the theater. I'm glad to see you spending some quality time with your friends. Whatever, Dad. What movie will you be attending tonight? My friends are making me see some kids' movie about talking animals. I don't really care about it. Well, I hope you enjoy your evening. We'll be watching Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies.
Oh, my.
You watching that? Yeah, I thought Damien would enjoy it. Ha! Good luck with that, Dad. Lucian rejoins his friends and I look over to Damien. Good luck with what? It's nothing. My son loves to tease. I wait in line for a little longer and Damien buys us snacks. He seems a little nervous. I wonder what's wrong. Damien and I take our seats and settle in for previews. Glancing at him, I can see that he's sweating profusely and gripping his armrest. Is everything okay? Vampires, huh? The movie hasn't even started yet. That one. Oh no! He didn't like it! I'm sorry! I was trying to be funny! Oh, Damien loved me! I am well aware the movie having started or not started, Ash. I'm so excited for this film. I'm a devoted patron of the arts, especially the scary arts. The scarier the art, the better. Do you have any favorite horror movie? Of course I have a favorite horror movie. Mine is Halloween Town. Terrifying. A man after my heart! Halloween Town's the shit. Oh, interesting.
Huh.
That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. Would have expected him to bring up some sort of strange foreign horror film that I'd never heard of. But the taxi driver in Halloween Town was a skeleton. He was kind of scary. Maybe that's the part, because I didn't like him. He was scary. Damien's knuckles are turning white. Looks like he's about to rip the armrest off. Wait a second. Damien, are you afraid of horror movies? You must be joking. I love horror movies. The lights dim for the film. Damien screams. I apologize. I was thinking about something far scarier than this movie, which is not scary at all. We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice and he takes one. I take note of how much his hands are shaking. The title flashes across the screen in bloody letters. Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies. A pale man with long silver hair, glittering red eyes, and well-oiled abs sits up in a coffin. Awaken my coffin! 2 more vampires slide the tops of their stone coffins onto the floor. Brother, is it time? Yes, husband, but also mortal enemy. It is time. The 3 look at each other and then to the camera. For the Vampire Crusade! This rules. The trio of vampires fly off into the night as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. I somehow get lost in the movie. As dumb as it sounded, it's actually a pretty fun flick. We get to a tense moment of the movie where Romulus Trueblood sits at a truce meeting with the general of the human army, whose wife Romulus has fallen in love with. Romulus, it's good to finally meet you. General, I agree. It's good to finally blood you! Romulus leaps out and slashes the general's throat. Blood splatters over everything, including the camera. Damien screams again, reflexively grasping my hand. I immediately blush, forgetting about any vampire blood or vampiric blood.
What?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Damien retracts his hand and places it back in his lap. I was writing a novel in my head about blood magic, and I got to an extremely scary section. Damien goes back to quietly stressing out over the movie. It's kind of cute that he won't admit that he's afraid of it. I wish he would hold my hand again. Maybe I could do something to try and make him feel more comfortable. I've got it. I'll do what all dads do best. Talk during the movie. Point out a plot hole. Did you notice how that guard fired 7 bullets when his gun only holds 6 bullets? Yep, that's a classic dad move. My dad does that every time we watch movies. Yes, that is absolutely unforgivable from a filmmaking standpoint. It's almost unwatchable. It's funny how it's so much easier to point out tiny mistakes in the work of others than it is to actually go create your own thing, huh? Hey, look, that's an anchorism. The rest of the movie goes by relatively smoothly with only a few whimpers from Damien. Maybe he would have liked the romantic comedy better. Get to the final scene of the movie where Romulus Badblood and the General's wife embrace each other in his crypt. It appears that the true Vampire Crusade was the Vampire Crusade in our hearts. Our cold, unbeating hearts. Romulus and the General's wife begin making out. Hard.
What?
The film fades to black, and the end appears on the screen, but then it hard cuts to Demetrius and his rival lover, Carmela, who watch the two from afar. Oh no, twist ending! Our bloodline has been pure for 1,000 years. Romulus has betrayed us by loving a human woman. It will only be a short time before the next Vampire Crusade 3, Evil Must Die Again! More thunder, more ominous organs. The movie fades out again, and a bloody question mark now accompanies the end. Jamie and I walk out of the movie theater amidst throngs of chattering moviegoers. He's a little more pale than I remember, but otherwise he survived the encounter. He even seems kind of invigorated. What an interesting film. While the premise admittedly struck me as pedestrian, I was intrigued by its harrowing love story and great attention to detail in regards to vampiric lore. Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire titties than I thought there would be. Come, the night is young. Let's take a stroll. Damien is making a point of not telling me where he's taking me. Still, I'm enjoying the walk in the cool night air. Being alone here with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded movie theater. Lovely night, isn't it? As lovely as the company, yes. He thinks I'm lovely! Damn, okay, here comes a smooth response. Thanks! Smooth as glass! No problem. Crushed it. We both stand there feeling a little awkward. I sure am one smooth operator! Are you getting a little hungry? We could maybe stop off and grab something to eat. Worry not, friend, I have a plan. We turn the corner and are greeted by the gates of a cemetery? What? Are we going in there? A little bit of Victorian flavor, Ash, trust me. This is your idea of a date. I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. I follow his lead as we walk into the cemetery. Statues of angels stare down at us as we follow a path through the faded tombstones. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The nightlights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him for being in a cemetery like this is strangely romantic. Picnicking in graveyards is an old Victorian tradition. An appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire movie, wouldn't you say? With flourish, Damien produces a blanket and a picnic basket. Where'd you get it from, dude? Wait, where were you hiding that? Under my cloak? Oh, right. Damien unfolds the blanket and we both sit down, gazing out at the city lights. He produces a bottle of red wine and a fine selection of cheeses. In the Victorian era, there were no public art galleries, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards became a more popular alternative to church burials, it became the only place people could see beautiful plant life and fine sculptures. It makes sense. This is pretty nice. I have a question, though. How are you so okay with being in a graveyard, but you had trouble handling a scary movie?
What?
I wasn't. He sighs deeply. Okay, yes, I was extremely scared by that movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. I have never been good at those. I just feel as if it's because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror films, so I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the constitution for them at the time. Damien, I'm so sorry. If I'd have known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite alright. I actually did find myself enjoying this one, thanks to your help. Graveyards, however. I think there's something rather beautiful about death. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it keeps us rather separated from them. To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think, gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. To sit amongst generations of those who came before us, to truly be alive in the midst of such death brings me great comfort. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second. We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in a graveyard at night, but I actually feel very peaceful. Suddenly it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance, I see a shadowy figure in the trees. What is that? I'm not sure. It noticed us. I'm paralyzed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly towards us, its shape taking a more animal form, more feral. I look to Damien for help, but he's just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature's getting closer. Moving faster. Woof! Oh. It's a dog. As it finally comes into the light, the friendliest, dumbest little Boston Terrier I've ever seen pulls its owner towards us. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs at his hands. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily. What a beautiful dog! Hey! We both look up, not expecting to see. Thanks. Robert, what are you doing out here on this lovely evening? Hunting cryptids. What? What? I didn't know you had a dog. This isn't my dog. I found her wandering in the streets. I put a leash on her, and now we're walking around this graveyard together. Hunting cryptids. Damien and I share a look. May I give her a treat? Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese, though. Not to worry. Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and procures a small dog treat. What else is he keeping in there? Dog laps up the treat and crunches away, tail wagging furiously. Damien continues to smooth down her fur. Thanks. My absolute pleasure. Damien shakes the dog's paw. Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again. Robert and his dog disappear into the darkness again. Damien stares after them. I didn't know you liked dogs. Victorians love dogs, actually. Most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog such as a terrier or a Maltese. I think big dogs are nice, too. Yeah, man, dogs are cool. I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. Let's say that we make our way home. Damien hops to his feet and extends a hand to help me up. I gladly take it, as my knees aren't what they used to be. He packs up his picnic basket and leads us out of the graveyard. As we begin the walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is beautiful. Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my doorstep. Thank you ever so kindly for your company tonight. Damien, it was my pleasure. Ash, if you'll allow me, it would bring me great joy to offer you a token of my affection. Damien reaches into his cloak and pulls out a folded, monogrammed handkerchief. He presses it into my hand. Wow, thank you, Damien. I will use this to dry my tears for those I've lost. I can't wait to sneeze in this. I'm gonna wave this at passing ships. I approve. Damien shuffles his feet. I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you who's open to my eccentricities. It's nice to feel so accepted. Thank you. Damien gives my hand a quick squeeze. Damien blushes and hastily retracts his hand. I must take my leave. Good night. Before I can say anything else, he's gone. Huh. I unlock the door and step inside.
What?
Like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window and plops down on the couch, trying to look nonchalant.
Ah.
Hey, Dad! What's up? Were you watching me from the window? No, I was just, Okay, yes. How was the movie? Lots of vampire titties. Told you. But, as it turns out, Damien is scared. Wait, Amanda doesn't need to know that? I'll keep that between me and Damien. Scary cool. Yeah, he's so cool it's scary. Nice save, Ash. Do you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw parties?
Huh.
I think I'm misremembering that. Wow, that's pretty punk. Also, we saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute, though. How can you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf? How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be so sure you're not a werewolf? Amanda's eyes narrow. I don't trust you. Nor I you. We make intense, wary eye contact for a second. Anyway, I'm calling it for the night. Don't stay up too late, will ya? I'll try not to howl at the moon past midnight. Ooh!
That was a phenomenal date.
I got an A! It's better than nothing! Hooray! Okay, now I guess this will be the time. Oh, there's more. Okay. Well, it's been a long day. I'm just about ready to pack it in. After a few bites of ice cream from the freezer, I turn off all lights and walk down the hall to my room. I wonder if Amanda's still awake. The kid needs some sleep. As I pass her room, I can hear a faint sound, but can't quite make out what it is. I get a little closer. Is she crying? I knock gently on the door. Hey, Amanda! The crying immediately stops. Not right now! Her voice sounds strange. She sniffles. I need to make sure she's okay. I open the door. In the dark, I can see Amanda's outline in the middle of her bed, knees hugged up against her body. Is everything okay? I don't want to talk about it. Did something happen? No, nothing happened. Go away. Amanda, get out! Okay. I quickly leave her room and shut the door behind me. Once the door closes, I can hear her crying again. Wow. What has her so upset? She seemed fine earlier. She's usually so open with me. Did I do something wrong? Is she mad at me? I guess if she wasn't before, she definitely is now. I can't even remember the last time she snapped at me like that. I have a hard time falling asleep, but when I finally do, I'm still thinking about Amanda. After a long night of very little sleep, I roll out of bed and make myself a pot of coffee. Amanda should be up for school soon. Maybe she'll be willing to talk to me about whatever's bothering her. About 10 minutes before she's supposed to leave, Amanda comes out of her room and makes a beeline for the freezer. Morning, Amanda. Morning. She drops a frozen waffle in the toaster and slams the freezer door. She won't look at me. Yikes. So, anything big going on at school today? No. Okay. Do you need a ride to school? No. Want some coffee? Amanda pulls the toaster lever up and takes her still freezer-burned waffle out before it's finished cooking. I have to go. Amanda picks up her bags and storms out. Oh, okay. I haven't seen her act like this in a long time. It's usually short-lived, but it always hurts. Hopefully this blows over and things get back to normal soon. I sit back at the kitchen table and look at a picture of Amanda and I hanging on a wall. In it, I'm teaching her to ride a bike. Her face is a mixture of excitement and pure, unadulterated fear. I remember how determined she was. Every time she would fall off and scrape her knees, she would get up and try it again. Finally, I had to stop because she was bleeding everywhere. Then she started to cry because she didn't think she needed bandages and wanted to keep trying. As I put the bike away, she just stood in the middle of the street and screamed. Then I took her for ice cream and it was like nothing even happened. After giving it a bit of a thought, I decided if I force her to talk about it, I'm only going to make things worse. But I have an idea. I start rummaging around for ingredients. I hear Amanda walk in the door. Instead of heading for the kitchen like she usually does, she makes a beeline to her room. She's clearly trying to avoid me. Hey, Pumpkin! What? Can you come here for a second? There's a moment of silence. Yeah. I wanted to say sorry about last night. I'm just worried about you, kiddo. I get scared when I know something's wrong, and I get even more scared when I feel like I can't do anything about it. Dad, So just, whatever it is, and you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but whatever it is, just know that you have a dad in your corner who wants you to be happy. Honey, you know I'm bad with words, so I was hoping I could speak a language we both understand. I pull a cake out of the refrigerator and place it on the table. Hopefully the frosting is set by now. Ta-da! Dad, it took me a really long time because I ran out of red frosting somewhere around sad. And I had to start over, but this is beautiful. It's strawberry. Amanda gives me a big ol' hug. I grab some plates and forks and serve us some delicious cake. So, it's really stupid. What is it? This whole thing, I know I've been really weird lately, and there's just, I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I might have to make you a chart. I'm listening. Do you want me to take notes?
Oh.
I guess I should start from the top. So, you know how Emma R is going to that fancy art school in California, right? Emma R.
Yes.
Yeah, points. The best friend. You got it. Wow, proud of you. Anyway, ever since she got the acceptance letter, I've been feeling like she's drifting away, you know? And she's been spending a lot more time with Grace and Emma P. I just thought it was all in my head for a while, but then I found out from Rosie M. that both of the Emmas, Grace and Noah, all went to a party at Mackenzie F's. On the same night, they all told me they were busy studying for the Calc AB final. Yikes.
Oh.
So, another important piece of information is, God, this is embarrassing. I have a crush on Noah, and, that's a thing. What? Whoa! I had no idea. I definitely didn't know that. Okay. You're a bad liar. So are you. I learned from the worst.
Oh.
Anyway, so the only person I told about the crush was Emma R, and she promised not to tell anybody. I didn't confront them about the party thing because I didn't want to start drama, so I just kept quiet and kept going about my business. Amanda sighs. And then one day I invited everybody out to get nachos at the mall, and after not texting me back for like 2 hours, even though none of them ever put their phones down for more than 60 seconds, they all say they're busy, like simultaneously. So I tell them, never mind, I'll just eat nachos at home, right? But we were out of chips, and I really wanted nachos. Totally understandable.
Oh.
So I go to the mall anyway, and I get to the food court, and who do I see there but Grace, Emma P, Emma R, and Noah, all hanging out together and eating nachos. Without me! What? It gets better! I'm standing by the escalators watching them, and I realize that Noah has his arm around Emma R, which is kind of weird, right? But then they kiss. No. Yes, I know. So I storm over there, and I'm like, hey! And Grace drops a nacho on her shirt, because of course she does. And Emma R just, like, glares at me. Grace. Nothing is coming up. I don't know who that is. Grace is the gossipy one. Okay, apparently it is. Got it. Good. I know! Grace is one nobody really likes. Or I guess that's me now. But anyway, nobody will say anything, and I'm just like, you guys suck, which I realize is not the most eloquent thing to say, but I was very angry and really embarrassed, and I just wanted to get out of there. So I left. Without nachos, might I add, which only contributed to this shitty day, and immediately drafted a super long text to the group chat asking them why they've been so weird. And I wrote another one to Emma R asking how long the Noah thing's been going on, and sorry, I know that's a lot. Are you still following? What did Emma R say? Ooh, okay, get this. Get a load of this. Emma R says, you know what, let me just read it to you. Amanda pulls out her phone and reads, word for word, an arduously long string of text messages. Can you believe that? Cannot believe that. Care so much about Amanda's social life and mental well-being, but man, do I not understand what she's talking about. This is all beyond me, but I'm trying my hardest to be supportive. They were dating in secret for, like, months. So I told her that she's being a really terrible friend, and she's like, well, if you think I'm just so terrible, then stop being my friend. And I was like, okay. And then she left me on read, and then... Wait, left me on read? What's that? Oh, like, she saw my message and didn't reply. And I know because there are red receipts. I don't know what red receipts are, but I'm just gonna nod and pretend I understand. Gotcha. So while this is all happening, I'm talking to Emma P about how mad I am, because she's at least being kind of reasonable, and I'm venting to her about how pissed I am at everybody and stuff. Then out of nowhere, Noah texts me like that. Texts me and says, how could you say that about me? And I'm like, say what about you? And he tells me that Emma P sent screenshots of everything I told her to the group chat that I got kicked out of. Alright, I think he lost me at screenshots, but that definitely sounds bad. There's so much more, but honestly, just really stupid teenager stuff. The bottom line is that everyone dropped me, half my grade hates me, and now I have no friends. Amanda, I'm so sorry. I almost expected it from everyone else, but
Aw.
Emma R's been there since Mom died. I can't believe she would just stab me in the back like that. Not even that mad she's dating Noah. I'm just upset that she lied to me about it for so long. Amanda stabs the remnants of her cake. Okay, I take it back. I'm kind of mad she's dating Noah. Like, what did I do wrong? Why did everyone suddenly decide I'm not cool anymore? Why wasn't I enough? I don't understand. As mad as I am at everybody, like, I miss them, Dad. Amanda looks so dejected I almost can't take it. What could I possibly say to help? Anyway, that's it. It's a whole sordid tale. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for more hot gossip. Wow. I know, it's pretty dumb. Yeah, that all sounds pretty dumb, but that means there's no need to be upset, kiddo. Give a reassuring pat on the back. You're young. In a few years, none of this is gonna matter. You're fine. Yeah, thanks, I guess. Nana gets up. Thanks for the cake. She goes to her room and doesn't slam the door, but it is definitely not a very gentle door close. Did I mess that up? Oh no, I hope I didn't mess it up!
Welcome. You've got dads.
Oh, I don't want to mess it up. How many hearts do we have? Oh! You know what they say about their dates. Are you sure? I can't commit. I have commitment issues. Alright, purely for the sake of my throat and my voice, I'm gonna end this here. Next episode will be the last one. I'm going to go on the final date with Damien. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully the end of the game I like send Manda off to the college of her dreams and she's happy and everything, and being a dad's hard. It's so hard being a dad. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, let me know. Give me a thumbs up or drop a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe because I make new content every single day and you don't want to miss it. And I'll see you in the next one.